Hi and a very good day. We are from Group 5 and we are going to be presenting Malaysian SMEs development for future and challenges ongoing green. Here are the group members: Atheera Munira, Elis Erliyana, Sofia and Ezzah Izzaty.
Let me start the presentation with introduction of SMEs. Malaysia's small medium-sized enterprise is largest business establishment and vital component of the country's economic development. Malaysian SMEs contribute to the largest business establishment in Malaysia. SMEs in Malaysia are categorized into service, manufacturing, agriculture, mining and quarrying and construction. The prime movers for SMEs were the services, manufacturing and construction. Many SMEs around the world have little knowledge about environmental management and do not understand the concept of environmental management. Therefore, it is very difficult for SMEs to see a clear link between EMS implementation and the benefit it offers. In fact, the Malaysian government is fostering a wide range of small to medium business in the country to explore the development of green technology through its Economic Transformation Program.
The definition of small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs. The first one is profile of SMEs in Malaysia. For the category of manufacturing, for micro-enterprises, sales turnover of less than 300,000 ringgit or less than 5 full-time employees. For small enterprise, sales turnover from 300,000 ringgit to less than 15 million ringgit or full-time employees from 5 to less than 75. For medium enterprise, sales turnover from 15 million ringgit to not exceeding 50 million ringgit or full-time employees from 75 to not exceeding 200. For services and other sectors, for micro-enterprises, sales turnover of less than 300,000 ringgit or less than 5 full-time employees. For small enterprise, sales turnover from 300,000 ringgit to less than 3 million ringgit or full-time employees from 5 to less than 30. For medium enterprise, sales turnover from 3 million ringgit to not exceeding 20 million ringgit or full-time employees from 30 to not exceeding 75. The second one is number of SME by size in sectors. According to Census Report on SME 2011, there was a total of 645,136 of SMEs operating their businesses in Malaysia, representing 97.3% of total business establishments. The sectors are manufacturing, services, agriculture, construction and mining and quarrying. For micro-enterprise, the total SMEs is 496,458. For small enterprise, 128,787. For medium enterprise, 19,891. The total SMEs by number is 645,136. And the third one is contribution of SMEs to overall GDP by key economic activity. SMEs contribution to GDP has increased from 29.4% in 2005 to 32.3% in 2011. For the period of 2006 to 2011, growth of SMEs surpassed the overall economic growth. The share of SMEs GDP to overall GDP was 32.4% in 2012. There are a total of 4 parts in distribution of SMEs. The first one is SME in service. There were 580,985 establishments in Malaysia. Subsectors such as telecommunication, private education, healthcare and finance. The highest concentration wholesale with a total of 289,798, which is 49.9%. The second one is SME in manufacturing. There are 37,861 establishments in Malaysia, which is the manufacturing sector are a mix between the processing and production of raw materials. The majority are located in West Coast Malaysia. The third one is SME in agriculture. There are 6,708 establishments in Malaysia. The majority are located in Perak, Johor and Selangor. The last one is SME in mining and quarrying. There were 299 establishments in Malaysia. Majority were founded in Perak, which is the royalties from tin mining and quarry activities increased 10 times.
Next, for challenges of SMEs going green, the factors that hinder SMEs from expanding or investing were high cost of raw materials 49%, high initial cost of investment 31%, and shortage of skilled labor 29%. In 2014, about 74% of respondents cite that the current rising costs led to an increase in operating costs of the firms, which require a bigger amount of loans to operate their current business operation, 55%. Meanwhile, 78% of the firms were moderately labor-intensive, SME Corporation Malaysia 2014. For the problems that SMEs are often constrained, such as the lack of skilled workers and technical know-how, little or no innovations through research and development R&D, limited economy of scale, and difficulty in shaking off traditional methods of operation, many SMEs place insufficient attention to upgrading the skill and knowledge of their workforce, or are reluctant to take advantage of training programs sponsored by the government. The shortage of a technically skilled workforce will not attract MNCs and their investment. The majority of SMEs in Malaysia have not yet given enough attention to the green issues, and the challenges of environmental initiatives in SMEs are relatively under-researched. The challenges SMEs face in a globalized environment, for example, lack of financing, low productivity, lack of managerial capabilities, access to management and technology, and heavy regulatory burdens, among many others. Therefore, the 5 key challenges are lack of access to finance, human resource constraint, limited or inability to adopt technology, lack of information on potential markets and customers, and global competition. Next, there are 3 main barriers preventing them from engaging in good environmental practice. There are the characteristics of SMEs in general, resource availability including financial, human and time, and lastly, their personal interest and knowledge or lack of environmental management. Many owners and managers of SMEs do not see environmental issues or the need to act in an environmentally responsible way as a significant issue for their business. Some have an overall lack of knowledge about effective environmental and sustainability issues or of specific practices that they can implement and are fearful of doing things wrong. They lack an understanding of both environmental problems and risks and of the potential benefits of environmental improvements. They lack the expertise and confidence of doing something that is not the core business, as most SMEs owners or managers are good technicians but poor managers. Many owners and managers either perceive that their business has no impact on the environment or consider the impact to be small and therefore insignificant. The final deterrent is that they see environmental responsibility as too costly.
The future green of SMEs. SMEs are keen on environmental impact and simultaneously determined to gain a variety of benefit through the implementation of ISO 14001 EMS. However, the implementation of ISO 14001 Environment Management System (EMS) among the SMEs in Malaysia is still yet very small, as only 118 SMEs are certified with ISO 14001 as up to 2009. Goh Yan Ni in 2011 quoted that ISO 4001 is the most widely used standard for environmental management system around the world. The benefits of ISO 14001 can be classified into several performance dimensions, such as market share, exports, sales, sales growth, profitability, improvement in competition position or competitive advantage, improvement in systemization, efficiency, improved quantity in product service, improved image, improvement in employee results, improvement in customer satisfaction, improvement in relationship with the suppliers, and improvement relationship with authorities and other stakeholders, and even environmental performance. ISO 14001 is also applicable to all types of organization, even large or small, whether it is a private or public sector. And Serum QAS International even offers a environmental management system certification based on the ISO 14001. The implementation of ISO 14001 has a very clear benefits on a certain issues, such as efficiency, employees, systemization, customers, and other stakeholders. In a general term, certified firms also improve people, operational, and stakeholders' performance. Therefore, although the standard does create internal and external benefit, it also has positive effect on people, operational, and other stakeholder performance. However, the relationship between these standards and financial performance is not so clear up until now.
So for the conclusion of this article, we can conclude that they focus on the background and challenges of SMEs and the important benefits of green practice. It can be surmised that green practice is fundamental for small-sized firms to have a more competitive edge domestically and internationally. The first one is the adoption of green practice may well promote the positive development of employees. It is also enhance productivity and profitability of SMEs for long-term survival. Next, ISO 14001 standard implementation has a positive and significant relationship with SMEs operation and business. It is also has been extensively analyzed in the academic literature. In Malaysia, the adoption of EM as green practice very well received in manufacturing sector. Lastly, size of firm does have a significant influence where smaller firms more greater improvements compared to large firms.